Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. In the last episode we successfully defeated our first boss, the mighty Gomer, who was antagonising the Great Valoo. And now we need to head south to the Forest Haven to find the second pearl. But before that, there's a few more things we can do on Dragon Roost, so I'm going to kind of clean up here first. Because if you recall the letter sorting minigame, there's some more stuff we can do with that, and then also there's a couple of little things we can do. So now if we speak to this guy again, he'll say the usual kind of ready for work, and we just need to sort some more letters this time, 20 or more, which is again relatively straightforward, so I'll just speed through that quickly. And when you do that, he says that's 25 letters, splendid, super. Your salary is 1 rupee per letter, so he just pays you some nice rupees. Useful. That's economics, apparently. Talk to him again, and do it again, and this time he'll ask you if you can do 25 or more. And we actually managed 31 there, which I think is a record even for me. That's amazing. If I don't want to blow my own horn or anything, but pwop pwop. So now he gives me 3 letters each, that's 93 rupees. So I've earned like over 100 rupees there very quickly. So this, if you need money, this is useful. But yes, he's heard all about me, and he feels, basically he's now saying that, I'm not going to do a voice, but a part-time helper has just arrived for him, because I'm making them look bad apparently, so that's good to know. Now if you go out here, you'll notice our pictograph box holds 12, and there's 11 in it, so there's one more we can take. I'm going to go for this guy. Why, you ask? Why, this is Kogoli. He's just a random Rito who always seems to be worrying about the state of the island, but no one has seen him doing anything to improve it. Odd line, I know, but Kogoli is weird because if you don't, basically later on in the game, about halfway through the game, he disappears. Completely off the face of the world. Once you've done a certain thing, he goes and never comes back again, and you can never get him again. You wouldn't think so, but he is a one-off figurine which you've got a limited chance to get. So I'm getting him now just so I don't forget. Now you'll notice there's this new guy here who's the new part-timer, and he knows that I'm the legendary Doctor, mail sorter of Repute. And now he's asking if he wants to see the legendary 25-letter sort, so of course, let's do this shit again. Ooh, I only just did that because I cocked up a lot, that was pretty bad. But he's like, yeah, 25 letters, amazing, man, I'm seriously impressed, man. I've got to tell my mum back home about this, I just got her. And what he has is he says he's not allowed to leave, but he'll give us a letter to send to his mum telling us the awesome thing he saw, which is kind of sad. But yeah, so that's the thing we can do. So now, head outside to the boat. And like he asked, just before I leave, I am going to post the letter. And the postbox literally eats it and it says ka-chunk per whir. This postbox is in the mail centre in Dragon Roost Island. Postage is 75 rupees. God, he's charging me to send his own letters. Cheeky bastard. Yes, there's now one more thing we can do. Which is one of the it would seem Ganon sent these monsters to this place. But that would mean there is no time to lose. We must depart at once for the place where the next pearl sleeps. We sail to the south. Oh, and I forgot what he's like. He's being a dick. Oh, I'm playing the Wind Waker underwater, apparently. He won't let you get in his ship. Well, they get in him, I suppose, unless the wind is blowing to the south to kind of stop you from leaving before you got the Wind's Requiem from that strange frog last episode, which we did, which is awesome. So now, with the wind blowing in the south, he will let us mount him successfully, but there is one thing we can do. I'm bringing it up on the gamepad now, but you will see on the screen, that is Treasure Chart 39, which you might recognise as here. And in fact, what I'm seeing at the moment looks more like this, where we can actually see Link on it. So I can navigate myself to where the treasure chart is, but in fact, you can see in the distance there, that massive glowing white light. No, God, the view's inverted. That massive glowing light. So that marks where a treasure chest is. So what we need to do then is head over to it. And then once we're on top of it, you kind of do the fine navigation using the gamepad, or you just completely miss it like there. I think I'm pretty... No, don't. I'm still not used to the controls on this, you can tell. Because they're just slightly different. I think it's over to this side here. Drop the crane. And there we go. We can now use our grappling hook to salvage treasure from the seafloor. And if we open this one up, it's a cool... I really like the look of the ocean chests on this. Like, they look this really cool style. We get a silver rupee. It's time for Jump for Joy. It's 200 rupees. As I say, that's probably the only coloured rupee one that I'll be getting on screen. Otherwise, I'll just be kind of getting them if and when I need them. So now we can head south. But before we can do so, hey, hold it right there, small fry. It's the fish man. Ugh. I don't know why you got your mitts on that sea chart there, but it looks like it's pretty much got nothing but seas drawn on it. It's pathetic, in fact. It's almost an insult to call that thing a sea chart, if you ask me. What's the matter, small fry? I'm just trying to be nice here. I'm telling you got a problem, and you do. Don't give me that stupefied look. Makes you look like you ought to be in diapers. In fairness, we're only 10. Just listen, okay? I'm here to teach you what I know about this island, so open up your sea chart and make it snappy. Now, what he does is develops a pen on his nose, dives at me, and then fills in on the sea chart that little section with Dragon Roost Island. Oh, it shows that on the TV too. That's awesome. I'm just going to have to capture the gamepad, and that's a bitch to do. There's a real peculiar cave towards the backside of this here Dragon Roost Island. Yeah, real peculiar, but I doubt you'll ever get to see it, Fry. Unless you manage to sprout wings and fly, that is. Because you won't be getting there otherwise. That's all I can teach you, small fry. But I will teach you this, because I'm feeling generous, so I'll send word to my brethren living near the islands of the Great Sea. Good bunch of fish. If you see a fish leaping out of the water, give it bait. Essentially now is again an explanation that you can fill in all the sections of your sea charts. Oh, you that Kaylee Red Lion guy. That's it, to read payment, I'm done. You take care of the rest. You can now, when you're near any island, you will see the fishman leaping up and down if you feed him all-purpose baits. Then he'll come over, draw in the island, and give you some information about it. I'm generally not going to be doing that so much, because what he says isn't particularly interesting, and it's stuff I'll be talking about anyway, and there's no point in going out of my way to get the sea chart filled in, because you can't see it, it's only down here on the gamepad for me, so that's largely pointless. But anyway, our objective is 3 squares to the south now to, Fire Mountain. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Remember that, we will be coming back here a lot later. Yes, our destination is 3 squares to the south in the Forest Haven, but I will be stopping off first at this particular island. So this is Bomb Island, named so for 2 reasons. Number 1, you'll notice it's covered in rocks, which you need a certain item, I wonder what, to destroy, and secondly, if you zoom the camera up far enough, you'll see it's shaped like a bomb, fuse and all. There's not much we can do here, unsurprisingly, without bombs, but there is something useful I'd like to talk about quickly, because there is this guy, Old Man Ho-Ho, and if you talk to him, to think that all the way over there would be such a container. Very odd cryptic line he says there, but as you can see, he's looking somewhere over there. So let's do likewise and pull out our telescope. Look at that. What could that be? On closer inspection, it appears to be a submarine. So, without further ado, actually with some further ado, I was going to enter it, but first, here's a little sea bokoblin. He's asleep because it's nighttime. You can see he's holding a telescope and stuff, which makes him a sea bokoblin. Still a standard bokoblin though, no new figurine, but what we can do is steal a joy pendant from him and run! Need to build up the joy pendants, as ever, as I've said. How many do we have? 11 at the moment, which is pretty decent, but can't hurt to steal one from a bokoblin whenever you see one. And speaking of which, there are 3 bokoblins down here and a load of rats. What we need to do now is just kill them all. You don't actually need to kill the rats, you only need to kill the bokoblins, because once they're done, a chest appears. It's not a very exciting looking chest, but it does have something incredibly useful in it. To say how unexciting it looks, it has a second empty bottle in it. Still got a fairy in the first one from Dragon Roost that we never used, but can't hurt. The rats are still just here floating around, so, well, not floating around, running around with my money, but yeah. And so for now, that's all we can do. Kind of, you're basically locked on a vertical course from Dragon Roost down to the next island. If you try and go 1 square left or right, the King of Red Lions just tells you to turn back. So you can see on the horizon where we're aiming for. So let's just close the final distance. Yes, do you not see what rises up from the horizon? That is where you must go, Doctor. The Forest Haven. So pulls us in nice and close, and we get some awesome music. Funny story about this music. Oh, nope. It may appear as though this is a great tree rising up far above the ocean surface, but it is a sacred place. Inside you will find the grotto of the sweet spirits of the earth, the Great Deku Tree. You must speak with the Deku Tree and receive from him a sacred gem known as Pharaoh's Pearl. Pharoah's Pearl, even. I always call it Pharaoh, and I'm always wrong. I fear that Ganon's vile hand may have already reached this most sacred of sanctuaries. Go forth with caution, Doctor. Mailbox is bouncing, which means we have mail. Good evening, letters for doctors. We have one doctor. One doctor? We have one letter. Here is your letter. To my son's superior. Oh no, wrong accent. This is something different. To my son's superior. Thank you very much for looking after my boy. This isn't much, but I hope you'll accept it all the same. I politely request your continued kindness towards my son. Kashiko, Baito's mother. So for reference, Baito was the postman man that we helped out, and so his mother gives us a piece of art for kind of inspiring him by showing him a 25 letter sort. Not sure how that works, but hey, not gonna complain. New enemy up ahead. These things, they look like little things, but they're actually Boko Babas. Very easy to take down, and one of the things I really like about them, watch on the second one. Oh, no, we got a thing first. We got a Boko Baba seed, which is the source of the evil plant's magic. Perhaps we can find someone to cook it up. Watch on this one. You'll notice, oh no, put the club stick down. Notice it, when you kill it by slashing the central bit, that bit turns into a club stick. I really like that, like the centre of them is the club stick. But they're really easy to kill, literally just kind of 4-hit combo. Ooh, that one dropped an item orb by the sound of it, that's awesome. Baba buds are something you shouldn't go out of your way to get by like grappling like with the other stuff, but they are useful, certainly to have, for reasons I will get into later. Hold on a sec, just going to switch some items. I'm not going to switch some items up, actually, I lied. So now we need to basically make our way up this river. There's an Octorok in the way there. We need to grapple over here. And jump. Oh, no, that will miss if I do that. Man, these glowing eyes look really cool in this game. They definitely weren't on the original. And stabby, 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 stab. Oh, I love... Oh. It's one of the things I really like on this version as well is the draw distances. The fact you can like see all the other, loads of other islands from here. It'll make navigating later on much easier as well. Like you'll be able to actually see where you're going when you're not that far when you're quite far away from it. As you can see, Octoroks you kill by using your shield and deflecting their projectiles back at them. And here, this last little bit, we need to... Ow! We need to grapple over... Ooh, full moon, that's pretty. And there we go. Oh, can I get the Octorok? Oh, I thought I was going to stab the Octorok. That would have been so cool. But now we can enter the Forest Haven proper. So there is clearly this huge central tree. And if you come around to the side, you will see the tree has a face. Pretty sure that's the Deku Tree that we're supposed to be looking for. So let's go up and attempt to talk through it from the kind of ceremonial lily pad. Camera's doing some weird shit. Oh no, there we go. Oh my god, he's infected. Ew. So yeah, he's covered in choo-choos. If we roll into him, dislodges them all, and now fight! Welcome to green choo-choos as well. They have the ability to duck, which makes them much more problematic to fight. But did I just like kill them all in one maneuver? If so, that was so cool. Oh, there's one left. They drop green chew jelly as well, which we've not had before. Which is a magical gelatinous essence, but it can't be used in its current form. The thing they can do is they can crouch and they only come out just before they attack. Like there. So you just give them a bit of a stab then, but other than that, they're the same figurine as regular choo-choos as well. All the choo-choos are the same figurine. Oh. That's a problem. Apparently the Great Deku Tree only speaks Hylian. I'm not going to translate that. No chance. I must apologize. I was in error. I saw your clothing and suddenly felt a longing for an age gone by. That longing caused the ancient tongue to pass my lips. I am the guardian spirit of this forest haven, the Great Deku Tree. I owe you my thanks and your aid in ridding me of those foul creatures. Tell me, was it not the King of Red Lions, the boat who speaks, who led you to this place? So it is true. Then you have come here because you have need of the Pearl of the Goddesses. I see. I knew there was a reason the monsters had begun to congregate in the regions around my wood. Now I understand it. He has returned. Ganon has returned. In that case, we must make haste. Koroks, little children of the woods, this traveller is not your enemy. Let your hearts be at ease and show yourselves. Yee! Slightly creepy, but also cool looking at the Koroks. They are what became, eventually. They are kind of the descendants of the Kokiri in Ocarina of Time.
What do you call yourself, Doctor? Well then, Doctor.
Oh no, these aren't the Koroks speaking, this is the Deku Tree. Well then, Doctor, these are the Koroks, spirits of the forest. Once a long time ago, the Koroks took on human form, but when they came to live on the sea, they took these shapes. Now they fear people, but they will still ever be my cherished little children. As it happens, you have come just in time for a ceremony the Koroks hold but once a year. It is about to begin. I will grant the pearl to you once the ceremony is complete. I must apologize for the brief delay, but if the ceremony is not completed soon, an ill fate could befall us all. So let it begin. Are you ready, my children?
We are not, O Great Deku Tree. Something terrible has happened. It is Makar! Makar!
What is the matter, Linda? You and Makar are always late.
No, it is not that, O Great Deku Tree. Makar fell into the...
Forbidden Woods. What? The Forbidden Woods?
I told him to be careful, but Makar still flew too close to flew above the Forbidden Woods, and as he drew close to it...
Foolish little Makar. Doctor, have you heard all this? The Forbidden Woods are right beside the hollow island of our forest haven. Those woods, the whole region is a vile place home to evil beasts. And now it seems they have taken a young child of the forest named Makar. Your presence is no mistake here, I deem. The King of Red Lions likely expects great deeds of you. It is why he brought you here. I'm sorry to ask you of this, but can you rescue young Makar for me?
But Great Deku Tree, people cannot fly through the air.
Ah, yes. Thank you, child. You are right. I love how he needs reminding of that. It is not possible to enter those woods from the sea, is it? Doctor, I would guess from your size that you are heavier than my Korok children. Yes, I still think we may be able to solve this dilemma. You must use the item I shall bestow upon you, and fly through the sky. Oh dear. Oh, he's gonna herniate himself. That's probably actually kind of what he's doing, when you think about it, but yeah, a thing has turned up. Forgive me, Doctor, but could you climb up to the crown and get the leaf from there? Climb up to my crown and get the leaf from up there. So, that's some kind of flight item is all we know for sure. So getting up there is a bit of a bitch. You get these little things called Baba Buds. Hop in them, and they make a kind of thing, and then they launch you out. And you hold a direction, you'll fly in that direction, and hopefully move up to the next Baba Bud. You can see how this goes. And then you slowly progress your way up the Great Deku Tree. Fall and you'll either die or at the very least have to restart it all again, so that's a bit of a bugger. This one you have to grapple over to because it's a bit far for us to jump. But you just need to make sure you're lined up. And then whoop. And the other thing as well is if you're sitting in a Baba Bud and you haven't got yourself aligned before it launches you, if you just don't press any buttons, like say I'm not quick enough, you'll just go up and then back down again and just have another shot, so you don't need to rush with these. We're basically there though, it's gone surprisingly well. It's an easy segment, but I've struggled with it when I was younger, so I always have its difficulties. And so now we will see a thing. You got the Deku Leaf. Set it to and use it with the item buttons. Plant your feet on the ground and use it to blow blasts of air at objects and enemies. You can also jump in the air and use your magic power to drift on currents of the wind.
Swordsman, over here. Please, you must fly over here, from there to here, using your Deku Leaf.
We could, but that's not actually what we're going to do here. Oh no, why have I paused? What we need to do is fly over here. Because these things launch us into the air, and then when we're in the air, open the Deku Leaf and we start gliding. You'll notice magic power underneath our hearts at the top there, which slowly drains. Technically we need to go down there, but there's some more stuff we can do out here first, but that will have to be next episode. You'll notice we now also get jars of magic when we cut bushes and destroy pots and things to kind of, these little things heal your magic, which is good to know. But yeah, I'm going to hold the episode there, so in this episode we successfully worked our way south to the Forest Haven, we got another bottle, and we found out we need to rescue Makar from the Forbidden Woods, and we have obtained the Deku Leaf to help us do so. Next episode we'll be going into the Forbidden Woods to try and find the idiot child. Thank you very much, and good day.